Guys, welcome back once again on my channel. My name is Chima Olive. Yes, you're highly welcome. So today is all about waist snatching. I'll be showing you guys on how you can snatch your waist with a three-part corset. It's very easy. What is waist snatching? It simply means reducing your waist from the normal circumference. You can reduce it to any circumference of your choice. That is simply waist snatching. Okay, so guys, if this is your first time of coming into my channel, kindly subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified whenever I upload video. Okay, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you guys, you're highly welcome. All right guys, so as you can see here, I have this pattern paper. In my pattern paper, I've already drafted out my three-part corset. All right, so this is my three-part corset already drafted out. I have a video on how to cut or draft a three-part corset. I will leave the link on my description box. All right, so now after drafting your three-part corset, you can use any bodies of your choice, any bustier. You can use maybe shoulder dart, princess dart, bustier, any bustier of your choice, or even be a basic bodies to snatch your waist. It simply means reducing your normal, the initial or the original waist circumference to a certain inch you want. Okay, you can reduce it by or snatch it. Let me use the word snatch, but normally you can reduce or snatch by 4 inch, by 6 inch, any inches of your choice. Okay, so here I'll be snatching my waist by 4 inches. All right, so I have my waist measurement is 32 inches. So when 32 inches minus 4 inches, that will give me 28. So my new waist circumference will be 28 inches instead of 32 inches. All right, so now you can see here already I've already drafted out my basic my three-part corset. So here I have the chest line here. So this is my bust point, this is the under bust, and this is my waist, the waistline, and this is the blouse length. Okay, then this, after which I'll be making it a basque waistline. All right, you can decide to leave it like this, so you can even decide to stop at your waistline. It's totally your choice. So now after drafting this, now maybe you have this and you want to snatch your waist. So remember, the waist snatching mainly is on the waist, just like the name waist snatching. It's not the under bust snatching or the bust snatching or hip or blouse. No, it's just mainly on the waist. All right, so after everything, because I have a video on how you can drag this. So now let's snatch our waist. Okay, so the first thing I will do right now, from here, from this my chest line, I'll go ahead and mark out my bust measurement, and my bust measurement divided by 4. I have 38 bust measurement. When you divide by 4, that will give us 9.5. Okay, so here is my 9.5. So here I'll mark my 9.5 here. So the next thing I will do, I'll mark that 9.5 down. Okay, so I'll mark it 9.5 and the under bust at the waistline. I just want to get a straight line for us to snatch our waist. So I'll go ahead and make a straight line. Let me use my pen. Okay, so now this is my bust circumference. So I made a straight line here. So after that, the next thing we are going to do now, remember my original waist is 32, but I want to snatch it to 28. Right, I want to remove it 4 inches. I want to snatch it by 4. You can snatch by 6, depends on your choice. So now I'm snatching by 4 inches. So 32 minus 4, that will give us 28. So my new waist, all the concentration is on the waist, because we are talking about waist snatching using three-part corset. Okay, so now, so from here now, you can see already I have marked out all my darts. So now the next thing I will do from here, from this line, that from this new line I marked here, I'll go ahead. So 28 divided by 4, you're going to divide your new waist measurement by 4. So when you divide 28 by 4, that will give us 7 inches. Okay, so here I'll go ahead. From here now, I'll measure my new waist measurement, which is 7. So here I have 7 inches. I'll go ahead and mark this 7 inches, right? So now let me measure what I have left. I have 2.5. So my leftover is 2.5. It means that I'll be using 2.5 for my dart. Okay, so 2.5 I'll use it for my dart. Here already I have 2 inches. After drafting my corset, I have 2 inches. Okay, so this is, you can see already I've taken out 2 inches, so I'm left with half inch. So what do I do? You can decide to create another line to form your another dart. It's totally up to you, but since I only left with half inches, because already the 2 inches here is gone, so I'm left with half inch. So I'm going to divide half inch. I'm going to be dividing it by 2 and add it on both sides. Okay, so now half inches, when you divide it by 2, you have 2.0.2. So from here I'm going to mark 0.2 here. Then I will also mark 0.2 at this side, right? So after which I'll go ahead and connect the new dart line. So from here, okay, so you connect this one. So this is my new dart. As you can see, my new dart line. So you blend it in here. So alright guys, so now we are done snatching our waist. So if you measure here now, I have 2.5. Okay, this is 2.5. Okay, now so let's measure what we'll have here. So from here now, from here, let's measure if we have actually snatched our waist. Remember, we are working with this line. So from here now, I have 4.2. So from this 4.2, I'm going to bring it here, 4.2. I'll place it here as well. You can see here I have my 7. This is my margin line. This line is a margin line. Okay, so this is where all my measurements start. So you can see now that I have 7 inches, which is 28. So from here to here I have 28 inches. I've successfully snatched my waist. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do, so I'm going to add my measurement. So here I have my bust circumference. So this my dart intake, I have 2 inches for my dart intake. I'll mark it here. So my under bust measurement, I have 30 inches. So when you divide 30 by 4, that will give me 7.5 here. So this is my 7.5. So here I have 2 inches for the dart intake. So I'm going to bring it here. So this is what I have, right, for my under bust. So now, so our waist remains here. So on the hip, my hip measurement by 4, I have 40. So this is it. So I'll go ahead and add extra. So my allowance, I'll add allowance when I'm cutting, when I'm transferring on fabric. That's when I'll add my sewing allowance. You can add 1 inch for your sewing allowance. Okay, so after that now the next thing is to connect it. So this is what I have here. I have this under bust. So this is for the waist and the hip. Okay guys, so now I'm done connecting the lines. As you can see, this is the bust measurement. Okay, so my chest, my bust measurement, and my dart intake. I've not added my sewing allowance. Of course, I'll be adding sewing allowance when I'm transferring it on my fabric. Okay, so this is what I have here. All right, so this is it. So now let's work at the back. You can see I've successfully snatched my waist. So here, from here now to this new dart line, from here, so this is the new dart line, this place. I'm using pen because chalk is bold and marker is bold, so that's why I'm using pen. So let me highlight it, my new dart line. So this new dart leg now, so from here I have 4.2. 4.2. So this 4.2, I'll place it here. You can see I have my 7, which is 28 inches for my new waist. It simply means reducing your waist. So that is just a simple explanation for waist snatching, right? So if you want to add more that legs, that is when you need more process like dividing it, knowing which each. Maybe I will do another tutorial on how to snatch our waist with different dart legs, okay? But now I'm working with this 3-part corset, so I have only one dart leg here. Okay guys, so now let's work on the back. All right, so from here I'll be using zipper for this. You can see I've already, this is my zipper allowance, and this line is to eliminate the zipper bulge. So this is it. You come in by half an inch, then you mark it. So this is to eliminate the zipper bulge, so I'll be using zipper. But if you be using loops, it's fine, then you can eliminate this zipper allowance. So now this is my dart, this is the normal dart. I've drafted my normal dart. So now the next thing I'm going to do, I'll do the same thing I did while my cut at the front. So here is my bust circumference 9.5. So I'm going to mark it. It's the same thing. This is my chest line, this is the my chest line, my bust point, my under bust, and the waistline is all the same, and this is my blouse length or top length. Okay, so from here I'll be marking out my bust circumference, which is 9.5 down. So I'll go ahead and connect it. All right, so after that, and after marking out this line, so remember everything you're working on is on the waist. You want to snatch the waist. So the new waist circumference is 28, right? So 28 divided by 4, that will give us 7. So I'll go ahead and mark out my 7. So I have my 7 inches here. So whatever I have, let me see what I have left. I have 2.5 left, just like what we did while drafting the front. So here I have 2.5. So this one I have taken out this 1 inch dart. So 2.5 minus 1 inch, I'll be left with 1.5. All right, already I've taken out 1 inch already. So now the 1.5 leg, what are we going to do? It means you are going to create another dart leg. Okay, so for us to create it, I'll go ahead from here now. I'll be marking out 2.5. So here is 2.5. So let me see, 2 which is 7 inch. I'm trying to create another dart leg. I want to create another dart leg, okay, so that we'll be able to snatch our waist. You can see the front took all the darts. We were not able to create another dart leg because we are using a 3-part corset, right? But if you're using a normal dart, you can go ahead and create more dart leg. So now this is the new dart leg we have. So here, because I'm left with 1.5, Actually it's 2.5, but I've taken 1.5 that here, so I'm left with 1.5. So 1.5 divided by 2, that will give us 0.75, right? So here I'll be marking my, I will share into two. Here I have 0.75 here. So here as well I have 0.75. That's the new dart leg. So what I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and connect it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and connect it. Sorry, when you are connecting, you stop here. You are going to stop at the under bust. So like this. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I created another dart leg for us to snatch our waist properly. I hope you guys can see. So now let me highlight it. Okay. Remember we are only working on the waist. We are snatching our waist. Okay guys, so this is what I have here. So this is the new dart leg. This is what I hope you guys can see what I did. I created another dart. Okay. So now let's see if we have snatched our waist. So here I have 3.5. So I'll bring that 3.5 here to this place. From here I have 5.2. So from here I'll pick that 5.2, I'll bring it here, and I have 7, which is 28 inches. Okay, so I've successfully snatched my waist. So let me take it again from here. If you want to measure it, so whatever you have here, from your starting line, whatever you have to your dart leg, I have 3.5 here. So you carry it over and bring it here to measure this middle point. So you place it here, 3.5, you are going to place it. Then the next thing it gives you, which is I have 5.2. So I'm going to bring that 5.2 here. We are trying to get, because we'll be eliminating this part. So we're trying to measure it to be sure we have snatched our way. So 5.2, I'll bring it here. And you can see, here is my starting line. You can see I'm left with 28, exactly 28 inches. This is 7. So we have successfully snatched our waist. So all these parts will be cut out. So now the next thing I'm going to do here, you can, this is for the yoke. So you can decide to use any neckline of your choice. But I'm not working with this neckline. Alright, you can decide to use any neckline of your choice. Right? I have my shoulder slant. So I hope you guys can see it clearly. So now the next thing is to, from the chest line, I'm going to measure my, so here already we have our bust circumference. So you are going to add your sewing allowance. Like I said, I'll be adding all my sewing allowance when I'm transferring on my fabric. Okay, so here the under bust measurement. So this is the waist. You can see we have our waist. So now on at this hip, from here I have 40. So I'm going to mark it like this. So at the end I'll go ahead, and when I'm cutting I'll go ahead and cutting on fabric, I'll be adding my sewing allowance, okay, because I don't have much space for the sewing allowance. All right, guys, so this is how you can successfully snatch your waist. It simply means reducing your waist. So if you want to create, so this is how you can create like two dart legs, okay. So here, but at the front, when I'm sewing it after, you can decide to add more line. You can create, use maybe bias or a stripe to create something like that leg, or to make a design. All right, it's not necessary, it's not a must you must cut a dark leg before you can be able to make that design. All right, so guys, so this is it. Okay, then for the basque effect, if you want to cut it, if you want to create your basque, so from the waistline I will come down by 3.5 or 4 inch, depending on, okay, let me just come down by 4. So I will do the same thing at the back. So after we should go ahead and, so here, so this is it. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Sorry, my marker has dried up. So this is what we have here for our desk, for our back waistline. So I'll go ahead and cut it out and show us how it looks. I hope this is not confusing, guys. So okay, guys, so before cutting it out, I have to fold here to redraw my line, this basque line. So I have to, okay, so for you not to have shortage. So guys, before you cut, always level your, so here I have one A and one B, okay, which are going to match together to form one. So I have number 2 here, I have number 3. So you have to make, so I'm making this arrow so that we're able to understand when you are cutting, you will not make mistake, right? So just label it where you will understand. Okay, so this is what I have: center, front, and this is the side. I'm trying to label the way I will understand it. So after that, you go ahead and cut it out. Okay, guys, so now I've cut out the front. This is what I have for the front. So as you can see, I have the 3-part corset. See the why it's necessary for you to label it, so you'll be able to know which one is facing each one. So I'll go ahead and place this on a different pattern so that I will make it one, so that it will be able to form one. All right, so if you need your yoke, you can use this as your yoke. Okay, so this is what I have for the front. So now for us to cut the back, so guys, for us to cut the back now, before I cut the back, I have to mark out my neckline. Okay, so you can see it's straight. This is my chest line, this is the bust point, the under bust, and the waist. So here I'll go ahead and determine how deep I want my neckline. So I'll be using the bust point, which is the 10 inches. I have 10 inches there, so I'll be using it for my, so the next thing I'll go ahead is to connect it. If you want it straight, fine, but I'll go ahead and connect it to this armhole. So here, so this is my new neckline for the back. If you want to go down deeper, you can extend. If you want it to deeper, alright, but I want it to stop at this 10 inches, which is the bust point. So here I have my new, so this is my new neckline. So this is my new neckline here. You connect to the armhole. You're going to connect it to the armhole, okay? So after which you go ahead and cut. So now I'll be cutting it. So here, remember, when we are, we'll add our allowance while transferring on fabric. So this out. This is for the yoke in case you need yoke. So after that, I'll go ahead and cut out my zipper board. So guys, before I cut the back, the down, before I cut out the that, I'm going to, you can see I've folded this part. I'm going to fold it so that I'll be able to remark or redraw my line for the basque. Okay, so I'll go ahead and redraw the lines. After that, you go ahead and also, this is the zipper, you also label it. So here, this side, I make my arrow so that I'll be able to understand what you are doing. Okay, so this is how I've labeled it so that I'll be able to understand. So guys, this is for the back. As you can see, I'm done cutting it out. So this is the arrows I mark to be able to enable me know which that you can see. If you don't mark it, you will get confused. So you have to make a mark, give arrows to know where each one is facing. So this is what I have here, right? So this is for my zipper. This is the first dart leg and the second dart leg. So when I'm transferring on fabric, I'll add my sewing allowance 1 inch so that you know that exactly what you're going to be using to sew for the waist. That's what you're going to add so that you will not be able to have, not at the end you have excess. Okay, so this is it for the bag. Alright guys, so this is what I have. We are done with this tutorial. We have come to the end of the tutorial. So you can see the front. So this is the front and this is the back. Okay, we are done with this particular tutorial. So now I've joined this one to form one. Alright, so you can see my arrows, how they are facing. Okay, so just go ahead and level it. So here will be facing down, so you make an arrow to be able to know where each one will be facing. Alright guys, so thank you so much. If you find this tutorial helpful, kindly subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new videos. You can give this video a thumbs up if you have not done so. Thank you so much guys. See you in my next video.